If I were to walk up and punch you in the face because some guy dared me to and told me that he would give me $100 if I walked up and punched you in the face. And so I did. I walked up and punched you in the face. But other people saw me do that, and they saw me get the $100 for walking up and punching you in the face. So they decided to follow suit and also walked up to you and punched you in the face in hopes that they would get $100. Who would you blame? Would you blame the guy that dared me and me, who accepted his offer? Or would you blame everyone else that followed suit? Back in 2006, 2007, I had a surgery. It wasn't a massive surgery or very invasive or anything. It was for my deviated septum. And when I left the hospital, they put a fentanyl patch on my arm and gave me one to take home with me. I quickly became addicted to fentanyl and began to obtain it illegally. And then one day when I realized that I couldn't even get out of bed in the morning without $80 worth of fentanyl, I knew something had to give. And I slowly had to wean myself off of it. The reason this subject matter, one of Pam Bondi's closing statements bragging about having seized illegal counterfeit fentanyl pills or whatever at the end of her hearing speech yesterday. In my previous post I stated, in order to eradicate a problem, you have to pluck it up by the roots. I happen to know that during that time, when that occurred, my fentanyl addiction and subsequent misuse and misobtaining thereof, that I had not yet been diagnosed with chronic complex post-traumatic stress disorder or ADHD, because it wasn't until several years later, 2 or 3, that I was actually formally diagnosed with both. And then treated for those conditions with therapy and medication, and my use of illicit and or illegal drugs subsided. I didn't seek that out anymore. I have chronic complex post-traumatic stress disorder because of childhood trauma, adolescent trauma, early adult trauma, including but not limited to sexual molestation as a child, religious traumatization, abuse, and brainwashing, and dealing with several either psychopathic, sociopathic, or grandiose narcissists as partners. But those people speaking at Pam Bondi's hearing against her are correct. I ain't a victim of all that. I fucking survived it. And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger than your victimizers. Oh, and I find it really interesting, Mom, if you're watching this. You put me in all those beauty pageants when I was little. Common themes. Common themes. When the God of the Bible, if he's so omnipotent and all-knowing and all that, somehow forgot to mention in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not sexually molest children. Sounds like an incompetent asshole that I won't be worshiping.